guys, it's Dani from Van Horse Girl, and today's horse story is on Snickers. So let's go.
So guys, if you're new here, make sure to subscribe to Dani's channel, leave us a comment below, and share it with your friends.
Okay, so today's horse story is on Snickers. So Snickers was my pony when, how old was I like out of like?
You were like 4.
So like from when I was 4 to like 8, he was my pony.
Yep.
And he passed away in 2014?
14? End of 13? Somewhere around
14.
there.
Yeah. That was that wasn't my last fair. My last fair was
I think it was like 2014 with him. He was like 30-ish. So the story with Snickers, when I bought him from a really good friend, and he had him for his daughter. And when I bought him, he told me he was like, oh, he's like 12 or 13 years old, something like that. And I was like, okay, cool. You know, we'll have this pony for a long time. Then come to find out, I had the vet check him, and he was looking at his teeth, and he's like, that pony's like 25, 30 years old. And I was like, oh. So that was kind of funny. So he was around 30 or so when he died, when he passed away. We don't know when his birthday was.
So we don't know what breed he was because he was a grade pony, so he didn't have any registration papers.
Yeah. I would guess, I have no idea. He's like I don't know. He was so fuzzy.
He was. He's like Dusty. He was so
He's like
Dusty.
the chestnut version of Dusty. He's a pretty cute pony, but I have no idea. I don't even have any guesses. If you guys have any guesses on what breed of pony, comment down below because I have no idea.
I don't know either.
He's cute.
My favorite thing about Snickers, I don't know, honestly. My favorite thing about Snickers was how much he took care of me. He was such a good pony. Like when I was like 5, not 5, but like 6 or 5.
No, you were 5.
Gwen and I would get him out, I would get him cinched up and ready while my papa was babysitting me. And then I would have papa check my cinch. And then Gwen and I would go out and ride him, and Gwen would just sit there and watch me.
Mm-hmm. Like all by herself. He was like the perfect first pony. Mm-hmm. Because as soon as she could lift her saddle on him herself, I was like, okay, you can go ride him whenever you want. You just got to make sure somebody checks your cinch, because obviously she's really little and not able to get her cinch tight all the way by herself. But yeah, he was pretty funny. Mm-hmm. We had to use grazing reins on him though.
Yeah, because he always tried to
eat grass. My favorite thing about Snickers was the fact that I could trust him with Dani from the time that she was really little. So she was about 4 years old when we got him, and he had been being boarded at our house for the entire winter before, so Dani was actually around him a lot before then. And she could, at 4 years old, just toddle around him, and he didn't care, and he was really kind to her, and he was just a very well-mannered little pony.
Mm-hmm. I didn't know that he was boarded there. I don't remember a time without Snickers,
yeah.
So. My favorite story with Snickers is probably when I don't know how old I was, but my cousin Ryan was babysitting me. And so here's the jump. I was going to do this and then hit the jump. And I went this way, and I was cantering. I was going this way, and he took a sharp turn, and I fell off, and my foot got caught in the stirrup, and I got dragged across the arena.
Yeah, that was not my favorite story. I was like, what? What happened? But that's okay.
And my first video was with him.
Yeah. So he just stopped. So, I mean, that was good that he just stopped and didn't go too far. But let's see, my favorite story with Snickers is really kind of funny. So I would sit on Snickers when he was like grazing. I wouldn't ride him or anything, and I would just sit on him. And one time I went to jump on him bareback, and I jumped right over the top of him and landed flat on my back. It was the funniest thing. Like, so if you can just picture it, here's this pony, like, he was like up to...
He's the size of Dusty.
Yeah, so like his back's like up to my waist. So I would go to jump on him, and you know, you're used to jumping on bigger horses bareback. So I went to jump on him, and I just kept going and splat right on the ground. It was so funny. And like nobody saw it. I was like laying there laughing, and everybody's like, "What happened?" I was like, "Nothing."
My first video ever was with Snickers. So like he started it off.
Yeah.
And also Dusty is an exact replica, except for he's Palomino of Snickers. And Dusty doesn't have as good as an attitude as him. But
I mean, he's
like
pretty
his
good
body,
pony. His shape, the way his face is
everything.
shaped, his ears,
his mane, his tail, everything runs in. That's what I got him.
Yeah. Oh yeah, this is the day we decided to buy him. Oh. He was stubborn. He was a stubborn little guy. So another good story, the first like big trail ride Dani got to go on, I practiced ponying Snickers with my mare at the time.
It was just on.
Yeah.
It was just on.
And so I practiced ponying them, and then they did fine together, my mare and him, and then away we went. And then we ended up going to a couple of events, trail ride events that year together, and it was a lot of fun. So he was a good little pony. Oh my gosh, he's so cute. Well, there's Ryan and Dani and Snickers. Oh, she also used to do tricks on Snickers. That was pretty epic. She'd like stand on the saddle, and then the way she got on was really funny too. She would like get her foot like way up there and like pull herself up by the saddle strings, but she also would like slide off of his butt and stand up on him and do all her little tricks.
Yeah, I used to show him. Another good one. I was showing him, and so I was sitting there, and it was hot. It was really hot that year.
There's a picture of this somewhere too.
I had my shirt unzipped. This literally gives me cringe, because like right now, like I'd be like, if I did this, like it gives me cringe. But I have my shirt was unzipped, so like I had like a t-shirt under it. So like my show shirt was unzipped, showing like a t-shirt. I was sitting there like this in the show ring.
Yeah, her head was down too. She was like this. Yeah, it was pretty funny. And then she did a walk trot class with him when she was about 6 years old, and beat 2 13-year-olds. That was kind of cool.
The last year I showed him, we were doing toilet paper race, and he was terrified of the toilet paper. I also brought him on a
parade
by myself.
He tried so hard for Dani too. He was such a good little boy. And then what's another good story? Oh, one time Dani took off cantering him across the field.
No, he just went.
Oh yeah, he just went. She was riding him in the field by the barn. And what happened?
And I was just like riding him in the field, and then I started like walking like towards the barn, and he took off towards the barn, and I was like, ah, and then I just brought him into a rain stop.
Yeah. So we can't really do a future plans with Snickers because unfortunately he passed away. Snickers. Okay, so how did this all happen? So Snickers needed his teeth done. He had a problem with one of his teeth up in the front on the top, and we had somebody come out that we'd never had do teeth before, and I said, this tooth has to be pulled on this pony, so why don't you get that pulled out? And I was at work, and the person who was doing the teeth at the time was like, nope, that doesn't need to come out. And I was like, okay. And then the next week he had an abscess break open under his eye, and so I kept that clean, got him on antibiotics right away, and got everything taken care of and got him on some medicine. He ended up dying from an infection that went to his bloodstream, which went to his heart, and then he had to be put down. So it was pretty sad. Like, we weren't expecting it, and it all happened so fast. it was incredibly difficult for Dani because, I mean, she spent like every single day with that pony. So it was a pretty tough time. It was very sad. I think every kid deserves a pony like Snickers because he was the best pony in the world. He was a really good boy. So before we had to put Snickers down, like the morning before we had to do it, we were able to do plaster molds of his feet, and that was really cool. So Dani was able to keep those. And
it was all rotted though.
Yeah, they kind of crumbled, but if you could do it with like a better like plastered Paris or something like that, it'd be a really good keepsake thing to do for if you lose your horse.
Too.
Yep, she has a chunk of his mane. And then I made a photo book for her for Christmas that year too, of all the pictures of her and her boy. So those are good like little memento things that you can do with your horse when you lose them, so you can keep them with you anyway. I have my horse's halter hanging up. So
his halter's hanging up in the tack room too.
Never to be used again.
Except for his other halter is being used on Dusty.
Yeah, but that's okay. His first halter.
So guys, those are my horse stories for this week. Make sure to like, share, and subscribe. Check them out on Instagram _DMwear, and make sure to check out the Dani and the Horse on Instagram. So next week's horse stories will be on Festus,
My baby.
So see you guys next time.
Bye.
And say good boy. And I'll show you how to do a plug when he doesn't want to. Trot. I mean, chat when he doesn't want to. Trot on, walk on, trot. Snickers was the best horse a girl could have. He did have sassiness and kindness. He was the best horse in the world. He was 31 years old. We had him for 6 years. He mainly taught me how to ride. I had him for my entire life mainly. This farm needs a pony. He was the best thing that happened in my life.